Hello, survivors, and welcome to the Quarantine Zone. We're excited to announce a giveaway for all of our subscribers. We're giving away some amazing prizes related to The Last of Us TV show, and you get to choose which one you want. To enter, all you have to do is follow these simple steps. The three prizes are The Last of Us mug, a The Last of Us necklace, or a The Last of Us shirt. They may not be as useful as a first aid kit or a hunting rifle, but they'll definitely add some style to your bunker. Stay safe out there, fellow survivors, and good luck to all of our participants. Last night's episode certainly did not disappoint. Episode 8 is about loyalty and how Joel and Ellie depend on each other to stay alive. While we did not see any infected, the show makes it feel like the cordyceps infection is less of a threat in the show than it is in the game. We finally saw Ellie cross paths with David and his group in what was another emotionally and adrenaline-filled episode. In the first game, David and his group end up being a group of cannibals, and that is no different in the television show. We learn that some of David's group members have turned to killing and eating people as a result of the food shortage. Although it was implied earlier in the episode that some others may know the truth, David states that only a small portion of his gang is aware that the Y are devouring humans. Early in the episode, we see David reading a Bible verse from Revelation 21, which mentions a new heaven and a new earth since the first ones had passed. David oppresses his people by hiding behind God, in the belief that he is a superior human being who has the authority to make decisions for them. A banner with the words, "When we are in need, he shall provide," is hanging inside the dated restaurant where the Y are meeting. This banner is ripped straight out of the first game. One difference from the game is that it skipped over a massive moment that would have made David's reveal hit even harder. A group of infected ambush David and Ellie as they wait for James to return with Joel's medication in the video game. As Ellie held him at gunpoint, it turned out that David had a gun hidden from her. As a player, you are aware that David had the option of using it against Ellie but chose not to. Together, the two fight off a herd that is approaching. Once they are safe, David says they make a good team. Ellie claims they just got lucky. David immediately confesses his relationship to her and Joel. He is aware that they are responsible for some of the members of his group's deaths, which resulted in Joel getting seriously wounded. The video game does a better job of deceiving players into thinking that David might be, for a brief while, a trustworthy person. David always came across as creepy in the show. Because he and Ellie were never compelled to cooperate, viewers were never led to believe that he might have Ellie's best interests at heart. This is why Ellie trusts the video game version of David slightly more than the show adaptation version of him. This is more evident towards the end when Ellie is offered food by David, but she declines it despite his explanation that it is venison. In the game, Ellie ultimately decides to believe David when she questions him about the meal she's being served. She throws some of it back his way after eating some of it. In probably my favorite part of the episode, we once again see Joel use the interrogation tactic he used in episode 6, but this time much more violently. After knocking out 2 of David's men cold, Joel has them tied up and stabs one of them in the knee. He pulls out the knife and puts it in the man's mouth. He pulls out his map and tells the man to point with the knife to where on the map they are, and it better be the same location that the other man points to. After he points on the map, Joel proceeds to stab the man and kill him. The other man screams at Joel and tells him he's not telling him anything. Joel says that's okay. I believe him. And he proceeds to beat the man to death with a steel pipe. It is here that we finally get a glimpse at the violent and destructive man Joel used to be. A man that will do anything to survive. David's right-hand man sounded a bit familiar. It's because that was none other than Troy Baker. Baker is the voice actor and performer for Joel in both The Last of Us games, and has worked in countless other games such as Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Marvel's The Avengers, Uncharted 4, Death Stranding, and Batman, Arkham Knight, just to name a few. Baker said, "I thought I was going to be a clicker or one of the infected on the show. This is an upgrade." James suffers the same fate as in the game when Ellie cuts him with a butcher knife in the neck when she manages to escape. Ellie grabs a knife and manages to stab David in the leg, causing him to knock her to the ground and climb on top of her. Ellie is crying and screaming as David tells her that the fighting is what he likes the most. Ultimately, Ellie manages to get a hold of the butcher knife that David dropped and stabs him. Then she gets on top of him and proceeds to hack away at him over and over again. A very deserving end to one of the most horrible characters in the entire series. Joel finally finds Ellie after she manages to escape the steakhouse and surprises her. With Ellie not realizing that's Joel screams and yells to get off of her. She turns around and calms down a bit after seeing Joel, and she hugs him, finally feeling safe. Joel utters the phrase, "It's okay, baby girl," which he uses to refer to Sarah and also uses to refer to her when she passes away in the first episode. Joel gives Ellie his jacket, holding her and her bag as they walk away from the steakhouse, safe with each other once again. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed is key to survival in today's world. Hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey again soon. Until then, stay vigilant, stay curious, and take care of one another. This is your friend Josh White, signing off for now.